Hey, Jordan.
Hey.
My name is Aaron Dehaven. I work for the police department, of course. So I wanted to come in here and find out some stuff about you and what went on here.
Okay.
Thirsty myself.
Good stuff, huh?
Well, it's been so goddamn hot. I've been dehydrated all goddamn week.
I can hear that. I can second that.
I think one day I drank like 3 Gatorades and I got pissed for a whole shit. Dehaven, right?
Yeah, I'll fill you up. Feel it right about here.
Yeah.
Yep, Dehaven.
How old are you, Jordan?
I am 35.
Live at 433 Tompkins?
Yes, sir.
Own or rent?
Rent.
You working?
Not anymore.
Well, you have a trade? What were you doing?
Well, I was doing a furniture moving company.
Your own?
No, it was our own, but it was really slowing down, to be honest with you.
People stop moving?
Well, during the winter,
Oh.
they don't move, and then leading up to that, it kind of slows down. So I was really only working like 2 days a week, you know.
So it's like 10, 20. Oh, well, hey, I applaud anybody who works and some people who don't. So, Jordan, I'm going to find out stuff about you and what went on and everything, but before that, I got to read you your rights here, all right? Mm-hmm. You have the right to remain silent. So with all that in mind, Jordan, can you kind of lead me how it came to be that the cops were at your house today?
Oh, well, they were there to begin with because Amy was missing. And her mom showed up at Kyle Amber's house, and they knew that they were all at my house. And
This was last night?
yeah. And so initially the first guy came up and said, just asked what was going on. And then, then when they came back the second time, it was kind of like they knew something was going on. So, anyways, that's how.
How did you know Amy?
How did I know Amy? Through Amber and Kyle. And
Amber and Kyle?
yeah. And this guy named Warren, he's really not part of the whole thing. But.
Okay. Jordan, you seem like a real thoughtful guy, man. I only had like half a second to check you. I think you only had like one ticket in your life.
Yeah, I know. The past 5 years, I don't even think I've had a traffic violation. But if you really want to know,
Absolutely. Tell me what everyone tell me.
these last couple of years have been a little rough on me.
Yeah. Just something going on?
Yeah, same kind of stuff. So God's got me on some sort of spiritual walk, and the devil entered my life, and he's been telling me to do that. And it was hard for me to do in the first place, man. That is.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Something that I don't want.
You don't seem like it. You seem like a pretty level guy. Are you a druggie, are you?
No.
Alcohol?
I mean, like alcohol.
No more than anybody else?
2, maybe a night.
No, that's not an alcoholic. No. Get up, go to work, responsible.
Yeah.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got a 3-year-old daughter.
Is she with her mother? Or?
Yeah, I was supposed to have her this weekend, but that sucks.
Absolutely. Were you ever sought out like counseling or anything? Or?
Yeah, but if you start telling people it's the end of the world and the devil is Armageddon going to happen, and God's in my life, and Jesus is walking with me, and here I am saying that the devil's about to enter my life. Too many people want to talk about that.
I understand that. So when was the first time you ever met Amy? Was it last night? Oh, how long ago? Just to be,
I've only known her for about a month and a half, maybe.
Okay. And so, people were gathering at your house or the neighbor's house?
Both. We went to Kyle Amber's parents' house for bonfires, and then they would come over to my house.
Were you at the bowling alley or whatever? Was there something about a bowling alley?
So I guess Amy was at the bowling alley.
Okay.
I did not attend that with her.
So you killed Amy because the devil entered your life?
That's correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And how did you kill her?
Stabbed 3 times in the chest.
Stabbed her 3 times?
Yep.
Where was this in the house?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom? And then you put her, did you put her in the basement? Or my understanding was that she was in the basement?
I mean, you do something heinous like that, man, especially the type of guy I am. It was just ridiculous. I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I hear it. So, what were you guys doing when you stabbed her?
Nothing. I was
talking,
we were
drinking,
just laying in bed.
Laying in bed?
And,
were you thinking about having some relations with her? Is that
No.
no? Just laying in bed talking, or
just laying in bed. And,
you were both clothed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she had underwear on and not a top. So.
Okay, so no bra underwear.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you were gonna have some relations with her, which is fine.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I said I was in the mindset of doing that because,
You
you know.
Your mindset was to get her in the bedroom so you could kill her?
Well, like I said, the devil's pushing me
Yes.
to do that, so.
Okay. Is the knife still at the house somewhere?
Yeah.
Can you tell me where?
I was on my coffee too. I showed the one guy.
Oh, okay. You showed the cup. What time was this last night? He's in.
What time? Let's see.
It was all right. Well, let's go back. So
4:30.
So you were at the bonfire at someone's parents' house,
Okay, yeah.
and then you went where?
To my house. All 4 of us.
You, Warren, Kyle, Amber.
Not Warren.
Oh,
Just Kyle, Amber, and Amy.
oh, of course. Kyle. Okay. And so you all 4 were hanging out.
Correct.
And then, do you remember what time Kyle and Amber left? Maybe
11:30 midnight.
11:30 midnight. And you said you killed her about 4.
About 4:30.
So what? You guys were just talking that whole time, hanging out, doing whatever.
During the time we were alone, like I said, you know, those got me doing some crazy things.
I understand.
Before, you know, I was thinking about it. Then I got in my truck and left her there and just went on a drive to hopefully get some air.
Right. And she was cool with that?
Well, she was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
And then
what time is
so this
what
is
time
the
is that?
time, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna catch up.
11:30 midnight, Kyle, I believe.
Okay.
And at this point, we're in the bed up until, you know, for a half hour there until 12:30, something like that.
Okay.
And then she probably falls asleep at that point. And I leave because, you know, I was in that mindset.
Could you feel it?
Yes. And so I leave and go for a drive, go to my church.
Where's that?
Northwest Avenue, Church of Christ. And,
Okay.
Like I said, my thought was that my pastor had left a knife in the mailbox for me.
At the church?
To do that. It's,
Okay.
it's obviously,
He didn't really do
I don't know. But when I got there, nothing was there. But anyways, like I said, that's the mindset. And so I did that drive. You know, left at 12:30, drove for 45 minutes, and got back to the house and I was just pacing around the house like, this is just so hard for me to do. There's no way I'm about to do this.
Right.
And so, you know, eventually I just went in the bedroom, grabbed a knife, and got on top of her, and she woke up at that point, and you know, stabbed her into the chest.
Okay.
And it was kind of the most terrible thing I've
Yeah, it's pretty awful, Jordan. I can't beat around that.
Dude.
Again, you seem like a real thoughtful guy, man. I mean, have you ever hurt anybody else?
This is definitely
You said you had no record.
This is definitely a first, even close to that.
You've had thoughts about violence in the past. You said you were going through these for a while, issues or whatever.
Well, the whole violence thing has never really been there.
No.
But I've had, I had an OVI one time, like 7 years ago or something like that. But
Yeah, that was the only thing I ever saw.
back then, since then, there's been nothing. And then, like I said, there's a 2-year spiritual. The last 2 years of my life has been a complete like spiritual walk with Jesus Christ and God, and then Satan entered, and this is where we are at now, and how close, how quickly that can happen.
Was there one specific event? I think I already asked you that, but I can't remember. Was there one specific event that made the devil enter, you think?
I think so, yeah. I sold my soul to him. I performed a ritual and sold my soul to him. And like I said, man.
Was that something that, where did you find that information?
Just a stupid.
Like the internet or something? Or a book?
YouTube video.
YouTube video?
So, you know.
What were you supposed to get in exchange for that? Oh, I'm just, you don't have to tell me. I'm just being curious, that's all.
It's the dumbest thing, man. So.
What?
Okay, so would you like me to just tell you or kind of break it down?
No, you tell me how you want to tell me. I got nothing to do here, so.
We're going through the spiritual walk here, and I can see that it's not going good, and in my mind, it's almost like Satan is the only one that's going to help me because God isn't there.
Okay.
But I feel like maybe he is there, and I don't know. And you get to this point where I'm like, you know what? Nothing's working, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to start praying to Satan and see what happens. And then, you know, suddenly things started to happen differently. And
like, you mean like in your life?
in my life, you know. So,
Like you felt like things were going better?
I mean,
Or just the right track?
I don't know about better, but
you felt more positive about it? Absolutely.
Okay, so they say Satan's the deceiver. So even if the whole time you're thinking God isn't there, and then you ask the devil for something, which we'll get to that, then start going right, and you're like, oh, that's Satan. That's the devil right there doing that. When it's probably really not, and that's God the whole time. So at that point, I was like, I gotta do something differently. My mind's not right. This is all I can think about, and you know, something's gotta change. And so I looked up the rituals and how to do that, and just performed a dumb little. She was there.
Who?
Was where Amy was there for that ritual too.
Okay.
And God forbid I put her in that, because, you know, not too long after that happened, this is what happens.
You killed it.
Yeah. So,
So you took it out of the basement. I mean, did you go to sleep then, or?
oh no, I've been awake.
You just been awake?
I've been awake since before that night. All day today, all night last night, and all day the day before. It feels like something is like the Holy Spirit. You can say that.
Okay.
Something's inside of me right now. And no drugs. I took a stacker, and that's not why I'm wired awake. But
Okay.
I'd tell you, trust me, I'm a very honest guy.
So, I mean, at some point today, did you think, oh, should I need to move her, or I should go somewhere, or I should do something, or?
Today?
Yeah, I mean, did you just think, oh, at some point somebody said,
All right, I got you.
knock on my door?
This is what's going to happen. Today, my mindset was, I need to kill as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds terrible.
Sounds pretty terrible. You're right about that.
That's me thinking that I'm getting reborn into a world, and my only way out is through people. Like, I'm getting out of here. I gotta just do. But really, what it was that a fight between good and evil. You know, and like I was telling one guy, you know, my sights were over here, not way out. Like, if I would have went through with what I was going to, or was trying to do tonight, it would have been twice as bad, 3 times as bad.
But you didn't kill anybody.
No.
And do you know why?
Because the good inside of me. I believe that would be considered as God, whatever you want to say, that the battle between good and evil. Eventually, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry I cut you off. I mean, did you have some plan about how you were going to do that? I mean, do you have guns and grenades or anything in the house, or missile launchers or anything? No?
I wish. Not now, because my life is a complete mess. But I used to have guns all the time, and I had all sorts of guns, and that shit was awesome. But now I have no guns, because since this has happened, I've been telling my family, and you know, I took the bolt out of the one gun I have, so I couldn't use that, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't done that, something else would have happened tonight. And
when did you take the bolt out?
Oh, when this first began.
When
the
spiritual walk started?
First began. So, okay. Guns. No, you know,
But today you were thinking about that you should kill more people, but the good in you stopped that from happening.
I believe so. Whatever came straight from me, which I think a lot of it did, but I think a lot of it came from somewhere else too. I just got. It was like this, man. It was like this. I was like, tennis match, boom, 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 and then the next day I'm like, you know what? Killing people. And is that good? No.
No, I mean, not really. I mean, maybe if you're at war, if you're in the armed services or
something like that.
Or as a police officer, sometimes people kill protecting other people.
I can see that. I can see that completely.
Was there something special about Amy that made a trip in your head, or you think you were just on a course and she happened to be the one?
She happened, something special about Amy. No, I didn't target her for any specific reason.
Okay.
There was no singling out there. I had told her before that I felt a spiritual connection to her for some reason.
I mean, so were you guys like dating or seeing each other, or you just talk to her occasionally? I mean, what was your level of interaction?
Sexual relations, and she would come over 3-4 nights a week, maybe 4 nights a week.
How long has that been?
Month and a half. Okay. Not very long. We weren't dating.
So. Okay. Talking on the phone, hooking up, she come over.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Yeah. Like I said, we hang out with Kyle and Amber, watch movies.
And you said that they're your friends and they had to be her friends.
Yes. They were. She was friends with them before I met her.
Oh. Okay.
Series of unfortunate events, you know.
Yeah.
And,
well,
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I can tell you, Jordan, I think you're already on the road to wherever you need to be just because you can talk about it.
Hopefully.
I mean, the people who don't want to talk about it are the ones I think that suffer, who can never get past their issues.
Right.
You know, that's why people who can talk. You know, it's like the most important part of what I do is be able to talk.
That does matter.
Doesn't matter. You seem very cerebral. I mean, it's kind of weird talking to you about it, really.
Right. I was gonna say something. That's why this whole thing is so disturbing, whatever, because I can't focus on too many things. This is like all I think about, but maybe it was God the whole time, and then you get to that low bottom. This is the best thing in the world, but it's really like the worst thing in the world. But God is in there too. So I don't know, man.
Do you think you're on the road to loving Amy? Was that part of the problem? Yeah.
No, it wasn't part of the problem.
No. Okay.
Why? Are you asking me why? Basically.
Oh yeah. I think that's what I said, and I'm just kind of thinking that sometimes sometimes I know in my life sometimes I've gotten. How does explain this? I was most scared at some point in some relationships when I was getting close to someone, because you don't want to get hurt if they don't like you the same way, right? That's what I was getting at.
Yes. It was,
Because I'm not even married. It's been a while
you
since.
probably just hit the nail on the head right there.
Alright.
It's like my last girlfriend, I loved her, I wasn't in love with her. Amy, I loved her too. You know, I love a whole lot. I mean, there's nobody I don't love. And I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her, so it was like I always distanced myself from people. But the second I did that stupid thing with Satan,
Turned it all around, huh? Now, when you said that Amy was in the ceremony and she was physically there?
Yeah, I asked, and I knew I was going to do this. I asked, they were all there, Colin and Amy and I.
Oh, last night?
No, this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, keep talking.
When I did that, it was, so we got tonight, last night, maybe the day before or the day before that. So either 1 or 2 days before.
4 or 5 days.
That happened.
Okay. You had this spiritual.
It was a ritual.
Ritual.
I wrote out the little contract with you selling your soul to Satan.
And those two and Amy? No, just Amy.
Carl Amber had no idea about that.
Oh.
I had Amy write out the contract.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I might mess something up, but you're going to sell your soul to Satan. You better write it.
I mean, I guess obviously she was cool. She was cool with it, or she went through with it.
It was difficult to bring up to her, but she didn't run away, you know, which was crazy to me. Now,
did you keep the contract?
I looked at that and I burned it.
Oh.
I thought that was part of the ritual. So
okay.
We read it and we did this chanting thing, and I was sitting there naked, which is a great image for you. But
I'm gonna skip that part. You're right.
I said all this stuff, and then I cut my thumb here. Look, that's how recent it was. These are the cuts from that.
Okay.
Put the blood on the thing, and then burned it up with the candle that was in front of me. So.
Okay. You said you found it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was called? I'm just curious.
There was a couple different videos that I watched. One was just, it was called 3 a.m. Challenge.
3 a.m.
From whatever guy does that crap.
Okay.
Like I said, this whole walk with God has something has kicked on, because I can go time without even sleeping. And then
You're better than me, dude. I get cranky.
Then I get tired. I get tired for days.
I get cranky.
It's just something's.
So what kind of? I'm just curious. What kind of church is it? What denomination?
It's a Baptist church.
Baptist.
Yeah. Actually, Kyle and Amber recently started going to that church with me.
Okay.
And before this happened, the night that happened, I asked Amy to come to church with me next Sunday. And it's just fucked up, man.
It's a weird road to get there. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
I've sat in this room for like 7 years talking to people about all kinds of stuff. No doubt about it.
I would imagine.
The Baptist church. All right. I'm Catholic myself, but I appreciate anyone who believes in religion.
Right.
I think it makes the world a better place no matter what you are.
You want to talk about belief, man. My belief has been, for whatever it is, I don't even know what the hell it is. I got my ideas, and I don't have my ideas, but
well, it's your belief, man. That's why it's yours.
I definitely believe.
I know God's looked out for me at times in my life. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Because I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
So, I see that scratch. Is that from Amy, or is that something else?
No, I think that's for my dog. I don't know.
Okay. Because you said she woke up, but then you went right to it.
Yeah, she woke up and I kissed her a couple times because I knew what I was about to do. I was like, and before I did it, I told her I loved her, because I was like, I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew that for a fact.
But you still
So it's like I kissed her, and I told her I loved her, and then I did it. And
so
there's no way to talk about that.
No way. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not, I'm not trying to be, I'm trying to be pleasant.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
do you remember, was her purse still there? Was her phone still there? Did you do anything with that stuff?
Yeah, once I put her in the sheets and the blankets and everything, I took her downstairs. I gathered up all her belongings and then put it, like in the bathroom or the bedroom or something like that.
Okay.
They were all in the bedroom there.
Okay.
But I'll tell you the truth right now.
Please do.
Before I did that, I knew I was going to turn myself in.
Okay.
And I guess I was just waiting
for someone to come?
No, because like I said, the devil was there, man, and I was planning on doing more. That was the plan.
You were going to kill some other people.
But I didn't.
Right.
And even if that had happened immediately, that was my plan. I was like, I can't do this anymore. If I do this, I'm going immediately to the police. Because it's, fuck, man. So anyways, before I did any of this, I knew I was going to turn myself in. I would never have been running from it or anything like that.
Oh, I can appreciate that. Well, you gotta have somebody come take some pictures of you, Jordan. Yeah. And is there anything I can get you another water?
You could give me a haircut. I'll take another water.
I'll get you a water. Is there anything else you can think of that you want to tell me, or that's relevant, or just for the hell of it you want to tell me?
Relevant?
Yeah, or anything.
Just that I am, like I said, man, this has been an intense, that's all I can think about sort of situation. And,
Are we talking about the killing and the ritual of the whole thing?
no, God, this whole Satan thing.
God and Satan in the battle you have.
Yeah, so that has really been like, I'm serious when I say I go to work and that's all I think about. Come home, that's all I think about. That's all I think about, man.
But was it like, I guess it probably sounds stupid, you can laugh at me. Was it like a good thing, or was it a bad thing, or was it just like,
I think both.
were you like kind of like
I think that's
floating above yourself? I mean, like,
possibly, I don't know.
you like kind of zoned out?
Yeah, there's been times where I can't distinguish what's real and what's not real. Very much so. And I've heard that said a million times, but it feels good to say that when I know it's true. It's weird. Because I've been at work and I'm doing something and I'm spaced out, man. Totally spaced out. I can't.
All because of that?
It's all because of that. So it's definitely distracting.
Distracting.
Yeah.
But again, you never thought that like you needed to go see somebody about it, or that like how that wouldn't help or would help?
Probably would. Actually, to be honest with you, a couple days, maybe the same day as this, I went to the doctor to get medication for depression. And then at that appointment, I scheduled a CAT scan because I'm like, is there a tumor in my freaking head here?
And was this, you were talking about, was that 4 or 5 days ago?
It was probably 3 days ago, maybe the same day as this happened.
Did you get your prescription?
Yeah. And the first day I took that pill was the same day this happened. The first day, like it's in my system or whatever. But they told me it'd take 4 to 6 weeks for that to kick in, and if I had any.
You remember what it was?
No, it's at my house on the kitchen table, so I can't remember.
Remember who the doctor was?
Mm-hmm. It's in my wallet. Matthew. John Tessino.
John Tessino?
That's not the doctor.
No.
He works at that doctor where Matthew, whatever his name is, there.
Remember that?
United Healthcare.
United Healthcare?
Unity
Healthcare? Remember what street it was on?
It was in Hudson. I want to say Hudson Drive. Right. I I need to be able to remember the address. I'm thinking hard enough.
Yeah.
It's got some fires and
It's
specific.
not really, it's not,
Yeah.
I just thought, I don't know why I asked you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll make you another water. And, like I said, that's what I can take some pictures of you.
Cool. If I think of anything, I'll try to think of anything else I can add to it. So.
Sure. Or if you just want to talk to me about something, that's fine. I mean, whatever.
I appreciate it.
No, like I said, man, I come in here, I really don't, I don't try to be the guy, I don't scream, yell, and fucking rave. I just try to be like, hey, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about something.
Yeah.
You know, it's always better to, you generally, you get what you give.
Yeah.
You treat people fairly, I'm not gonna tell you I ain't never called somebody a stupid motherfucker, because I have. But usually, that's at the end of the conversation when they just won't, they won't come off and they just lie and snap.
Yeah.
Again, you're a very straightforward, reasonable guy, Jordan, so, I'm not gonna scream at you for nothing. All right, I'm gonna get your water. I'll be back.
I appreciate it.
All right.